Hey guys, how's it going? Now, I know for a fact you've never heard of this phone, and to be fair, neither did I. I found this phone somewhere in my drawer and put my SIM card in it and thought, why don't I take this phone on for a spin? And boy, was I glad I did that. I discovered some very gimmicky features that you wouldn't expect to find on a phone back in 2013. Okay, let me give you some backstory. So, the phone I have is the Samsung Galaxy Express, which was a smartphone with a very similar style to the Samsung Galaxy S Duos, but with much more features like the 4G connectivity, NFC, and surprisingly, the phone was released in 2013, which kind of stood out to me, seeing as all those features sound very new. Now, for those of you who don't know what the Duos is, it was just a shorter way of saying that the phone supported dual SIM cards. One thing that also stood out to me was how similar this phone was to the OG Samsung Galaxy S3. One important point was the fact that the Galaxy Express had a 4.5-inch screen with Super AMOLED Plus, which is pretty cool, right? Well, knowing your screen's resolution is 800 by 480 pixels, I promise you if I cared as much, I could sit down and count each individual pixel. Now, no hate to the Express now. I honestly love this phone. Well, enough of the backstory. Let me give you a brief description on hardware, software, and then end off with some cool gimmicks like I said earlier. Okay, so hardware. The Galaxy Express has a polycarbonate plastic chassis which doesn't feel far off from Glastic, which is also known as a mixture of glass and plastic. The phone did come in two basic color options, marble white and titanium grey, which I currently own. Internally, the Galaxy Express is rocking a Snapdragon 400 and an Adreno 305 GPU. And if you watch my previous video titled The Bigger the Better, the Galaxy Express is using the same hardware components as the Microsoft Lumia 640 XL, which kinda proves the point of that video. Anyway, the Galaxy Express has 1 GB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage, just standard for 2013, definitely enough for 2022. And like I mentioned at the beginning, the Express boasts a Super HD AMOLED display that measures 4.5 inches with a resolution of 480 by 800p. The battery on this phone, given its size and age, is surprising. The Galaxy Express has a 2000 mAh battery rated to have a standby time of 581 hours. Now, let me put that into perspective. Now, that is just shy over 3 weeks, which is really amazing. Okay, so built into this battery is NFC connectivity, and this is seen on many older Samsung Galaxy S devices like the Galaxy S5 I have here. And with the NFC connectivity, this does allow users to share information much quicker, such as their location and maybe their favorite picture. And similarly to NFC, this phone has Android Beam, which I'll see around on many Android devices, which is just a fancy name for NFC on an Android device. This does allow for non-touch payments at stores and etc. Okay, moving on into software. Now, the software skin is somewhat nostalgic to me. I do remember having this on the Galaxy S3 I owned around 6 years ago. The Galaxy Express comes with Android 4.1.2, which we all know as Jelly Bean. And just so you know, this phone literally had the OG dark mode. Very cool. So, software wasn't really a strong suit for the Galaxy Express. Although it was nostalgic to me, the functionality of this whole OS was kind of a deal breaker. We do have S Voice, which was initially debuted on this phone, and even in today's time, S Voice somewhat is a joke. And to add to all that, we have all the unwanted Google and Samsung bloatware, which ultimately broke the experience for me, but this was a good testing ground for Samsung as 2013 wasn't a time for innovation, but a time for learning. Okay, now my favorite part, the gimmicks. Now my most memorable moments with Samsung devices is always their attention to small details. I mean, we see some of their finest work on some of their oldest tech, like the Galaxy S5 is a prime example. The AirView feature is always something that made me think how much Samsung does to enhance their user experience. So the Galaxy Express even in 2013 has some really awesome features, like their facial and voice recognition for unlocking. Take a look at this. Please unlock. Cool. And take a look at this Panther tilt feature. And those aren't even some of the best features I mentioned, there are many. And I find it really cool what Samsung was able to do. And that's all I have today for you guys. Thank you. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. If you didn't, give it a dislike and tell me why. And I'll see you guys in another video. See ya.